Maybe this is gonna work. Um, Let me know if anybody can see me, if you can hear me. The only issue is right now is I cannot see the live chat. So we're gonna we're going to try something. I am going to open up my computer and see if I can do the live chat from my computer while being live on my phone. And let's really I'm really hoping that this will work this time. And I cannot thank you guys enough. Oh my gosh, you can see me and hear me. Hallelujah. Yay, 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 finally. Okay. All right. I don't know what the issue is with my computer, and I can see the chat, but I will say it's kind of small. And as you can see, I wear glasses. So I am going to check and just no, I probably shouldn't even. No, I'm not even going to touch the computer. I'm not going to do it. So, oh my gosh. Thank you all so much for being patient and for Uh, just still being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You may see I'm very flushed. I'm red because, oh my goodness, I get really flustered when technology issues happen and I can't figure it out. And I even had my husband here and he's pretty good with all this stuff and he couldn't figure it out. So I thank you. I appreciate you guys more than you know. So I'm gonna just try to scroll. I'm gonna have to be really close to my phone to look at all of these, to look at the chat. So I think this is just going to be the challenge. Um, Yay, I'm so glad it finally worked because I have a whole agenda for tonight. I just wanted to go through our little agenda and connect and just have a fun Friday night. Someone said in one of the comments that they were so excited because they hadn't been asked on a date in a long while when I had posted about doing the live chat, and I thought this was really cute. We're having a date. We're a little Friday night date tonight. So let me know where you all are from. Yay. Thank you so much. Oh, somebody from England, Arizona, Memphis, California. Oh my goodness. Ah. Yay, 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 yay. You know what? This is such a good this is a good analogy for crochet. Just like when you first start and you cannot get that magic ring or you're struggling with a particular stitch, you just have to keep trying, right? New Mexico, Georgia, Canada. Yay, Japan on holidays. Wow, that is fun. Wyoming. I've never been to Wyoming and I would love to. Oklahoma, North Carolina. Yay. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Rhode Island. Costa Rica. Wow. Florida. Oh my gosh. Happy birthday, Elizabeth. Um, Pennsylvania, Columbia. Wow. Toronto, New Jersey, Ontario, Georgia, Louisiana, Oak Ridge, North Carolina. I'd never heard of Oak Ridge, North Carolina. I know Oak Ridge, Tennessee, Orlando, Wales. How amazing. Michigan, Louisiana, Arizona, Ohio. Okay. So I also would love to know what the weather is like where you are because it has been the most glorious day here in North Carolina. I think the temperature got up to 76. The humidity was very low, which is, oh, that is my favorite. And there was a light breeze, and it just felt so beautiful today. This is my favorite kind of weather. So let's see. A hooker from Michigan, hot, cloudy, rainy, Australia, 80 here, cold and rainy. Oh my goodness. It looks like there's, all kinds of weather. Same weather here in Wilmington. Some people are it's cold and rainy. Some people it's hot. Oh my goodness. I'm not ready for hot yet. Not yet. Cool in Ireland. Oh my goodness. Um, oh my goodness. Wow. Thank you all so much for sharing that. I love weather. My son actually is a meteorology major, and so it's really interesting to learn about weather. I sent him a video of this cloud the other day because it looked really interesting, and I said, "What kind of cloud is this?" And he said, "Mom, it's a rain cloud." And I was like, "I know it's a rain cloud, but is there anything super interesting about it?" And he said, "No." So I don't really know anything. Okay, so I am. I want to share what my whips are right now, and I would love for you to put in the chat what your whips are. Um, I have several of them going on right now, but they're all at a good place right now, except for one, and I'm going to need your help with that one. So the first one I'm going to show you, I gotta lean down and get it, is this granny ripple blanket. How gorgeous is this one? This is actually a tutorial from Hooked by Robin. And I absolutely actually, is it Hooked by Robin or it's Play Hooky with Me? I think it's Hooked by Robin, but Play Hooky with Me also has a tutorial for this one. And I am absolutely loving this one. And I'm pretty much done. I have to add the border. Funny thing is, I already added the border and then it did not look good. And I was really tempted at first to just say, "Fine, it's fine, it's fine." And then I thought, "No, I'm always going to look at that blanket and not be happy with the way it looked." So, I ripped out the entire border and yeah, so I need to do that, but I really do like this one and I used, let me get the yarn out. This is the caramel macchiato. Look, I say this every time. I call it caramel macchiato cakes. It's not caramel macchiato. It's the Karen macchiato cakes. And I actually really like this yarn. It's been a real surprise for me. It's the first time I've used this one. And it comes in so many gorgeous colors. Let me see. Well, most of these are half used now, but it really is gorgeous, and it does remind me of Noro, which is a very expensive Japanese yarn. Of course, this is not wool. This is, let's see, what is this? This is, okay, it's 80% acrylic and it does have 20% wool in it. But it's really nice. The only issue that I have found with it is that when you do have to frog it, if you've ever worked with mohair before, you know you have to just frog like one stitch at a time. And that's kind of the way this is because the fibers like to kind of get all mushed together. And so I have found that if you just go slow, it will frog just fine. But I will say this has been one of those projects that is just mindless once you learn the technique for it, which is super simple. It's addictive. I'm going to make a video about it very soon, but oh my goodness, I just love these colors. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I have to get a skein of Noro. Yes, the Noro is really nice. It's not very soft though. I will say that. I think people need to know that Noro is very expensive. It is not soft. It's a very untreated wool, so it feels very natural. But the colors are absolutely spectacular, and I have a feeling over time it would soften up. Um, yeah, there are. Yep, I'm looking at everybody's, all your whips. Oh, beautiful. Oh, wow. Patsy doesn't even have any whips, but she finished a blanket today. She's caught up. That is amazing. Two shawls. People are working on all different kinds of gorgeous patterns. Looked by Robin is she has the most amazing tutorials on YouTube. I absolutely love hers. She's so clear. She's got personality. I love her British accent. Oh, I love that. Yeah, you have a ton of Noro. Oh, that you didn't even have to pay for. That now that is nice. Sweden, granny squares, prayer shawls. Oh, kitten intermittent, yay. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the ripple is just such a fun, that's a fun project. Okay, so what's my next project? Let me make sure I'm looking here. Okay, so if you remember, I made Mr. Humphrey a little while ago. He's my little old man, my little grandpa pattern. And so I'm working on Mrs. Humphrey right now. Now, she doesn't have a stitch of clothes on right now, but we're all adults here, right? She is, she's right here. She doesn't have any hair yet. She doesn't have any clothes yet, but she's got her little Mary Janes on, which I just love, in her little socks. And I am working on her sweater and I'm really excited about this one. It's still in the works right now, but this is her little sweater. We've got some bobble stitches going on. And I am really challenging myself to make a sweater that is one full piece and that you can take it on and off, that is a little bit stretchy, and so far so good. It's really I have made other amigurumi patterns where the toys were crocheted bodies with knitted clothing because knitted fabric is extremely stretchy and crochet just isn't quite as stretchy, but I've been working, this is the most challenging part. Mrs. Humphrey herself, she's that one's not hard. This is the part that's been challenging. I wanted her to have a little turtleneck. So, so far so good. I'm really excited about it, and yeah, I obviously she still needs sleeves, but it fits her like a glove. It looks so cute on her, and then she's going to have a little skirt. So, and I'm already thinking about what her hair is going to look like. I already have an idea. It's gonna kind of be based a little bit on my mom. Now, my mom does not have gray hair, but I want Mrs. Humphrey to have gray hair because Mr. Humphrey has gray hair. But my mom is a blonde like me, but of course, this blonde is not, this is not natural, and neither is my mother's. So I think Mrs. Humphrey, though, I do want her hair to be a very pretty silvery gray. Um, so I really do, so somebody asked, "Are you going to make doll clothing patterns?" So it's I think I'm going to do the clothing for each doll. I d I have so many ideas. My brain is brimming with all of these characters in my mind, that Mr. Humphrey and Mrs. Humphrey, and there's a whole cast of characters that are they're bubbling up inside of me, they're ready to come out, but I think I've shared this before. I am the slowest amigurumi designer on planet Earth. I I overthink a lot of things. I obviously get very frustrated when technical issues happen. And so I go very, very slow, and then I change things, and then I have to rework them, and then I don't think it's good enough, and I think I have to change it, and it's all the things. So I'm actually really working on that skill of just getting better at writing amigurumi patterns and just feeling a little bit better about them and stop changing all the things and making it, go on for forever and ever and ever. So I'm really hoping to get done with this pretty soon. But yeah, it's still this is still the first iteration. So there'll be more. There will definitely be probably a few changes here and there. Um Thank you. I just got my nails done today. I always let my nail tech, Gabby, she's so sweet and she's wonderful. And I always go in and she's like, "What do you want to do today?" And I'm always like, "Whatever you want to do." Because I I can't choose things like that. There's too many options. So she just chooses them for me. So it's fun. Okay. So here is the project that I really need help with. So I started this crochet book blanket, and I have fallen behind on it, but that's okay. I have 4 squares right now, and so each one of these squares represents the cover of a book that I finished this year, and I've read 10 in total, or I'm about to finish my 10th book. The problem is I'm only reading 2 a month. I'm like, I that would mean I'm going to only end up with 24, yeah, 24 squares for the entire year of 2025. Well, that's not gonna be long enough. It's not gonna be big enough. So I have to decide, am I going to make this a blanket? Because if I am, I have to rework this. Or should I do a pillowcase or something like that? I'm not really sure. What do you think? Okay, Storm McDaniel asked, "Thank you for the super chat. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but thank you so much. What is the difference between amigurumi and just crocheted stuffed toys?" All amigurumi is, it's the name for crocheted stuffed toys. That's all it is. So they're the exact same thing. I think normally amigurumi is that's really more of the term for crocheted toys. I don't see amigurumi used as much with knitted toys, and if they are, it's a specific style of knitted toy. So it would be a really cutesy, maybe Japanese style of knitted toy would be what you would call amigurumi for knitting. But for crochet, I've seen all crochet toys be called amigurumi. So I hope that makes sense. Um, so okay, so I'm gonna look at some of these. Do, 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 do. Okay, so yep, a pillow would be a good pillowcase. That would be, I'm kind of leaning towards that right now. Oh, a cat blanket. Oh, a book tote. Oh, a book bag. Oh, okay. Not thought about that. Okay, pillowcase, table runner. Yeah, I love audiobooks. That's almost all I do. Hello from Spain. Um, I I have to go back. I keep a list of all the books that I've read in Goodreads, and so that's oh, I have it up backwards. So that's the only way I can remember what each one of them is, and so I always hope that it will remind me, but then I look at them and go, "What one was that one?" This one I do remember. This was the Thursday Murder Club. That was a really fun, kind of a cute, if you can call a murder book cute. It was. It's like a cozy murder mystery. That one was a fun one. Then this one was from the Mel Robbins The Let Them Theory book. That one was actually really, really good. That one that one was yeah, that one was fantastic. This one, oh my gosh, this one was, oh gosh, what's the name of it? It's actually a friend of mine who goes to my church. She wrote this book. It's in my Goodreads. Oh, I'm on my phone. Can't look it up. Um, okay, anyway. See, my brain fails me, and I was really hoping that this was going to help me to remember them, but apparently not. So, okay, so my other idea, so let me know what you think about this idea, was yeah, I love all these ideas. Ooh, okay, I love Louise Penny. Oh, I'm loving all of your book recommendations. The other idea that I thought of was to undo the last two squares here, attach them up here so that I have a square for books. Then I could actually make some solid floral squares with the brown and do alternating colorful brown. And that way I could end up making an entire blanket because that would end up making 48 squares in total. And then I could put a border around it. Um, so I just don't know yet. And so, because of this indecision, this is a problem that I have. When I have to make a decision and it doesn't automatically come to me, then I struggle, then I avoid, then I walk away. And that's where I'm at right now. Okay, so Lisa discovers, thank you so much. Multiple squares for each book square, randomly placed in the blanket might look nice. That's an idea. Now, that's an idea because I could make multiple squares for each book. So, for example, the let them theory is nonfiction. So, I could maybe even come up with a color scheme for nonfiction books. This one is a cozy mystery. Don't remember what this one is. Don't remember. Oh, yes, this one is my friend's book. This one was like a romanticy kind of a book. So, I could come up with different colors for the floral granny squares for the genre and add that. Now, that's an idea. Yes. Ooh, a book cardigan. Oh, I have been wanting a granny cardigan, either like a long one, maybe a short one. I don't know, but that could be super fun. Okay, so this just gives me more decisions to make, but I appreciate everybody and your suggestions. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna have to go back and look at them all later because it is really tiny right here on the screen. A granny square bucket hat, that could be really fun. Yeah, every other square could be a solid color. I like that idea because that could add a lot of squares. Um, The cozy mystery. Okay, the cozy mystery book was called The Thursday Murder Club, and it's about this group of older people. They live in England and they live in a retirement home, and someone is murdered. And so they have a little group and they meet together and they talk about everything that happened. They do their little investigations. And it's actually really a cute story. It's kind of like Murder She Wrote, but it's English with a group rather than just one person. So it was really, really cute. Very cute. Okay. All right. Oh, yes, it is a series. So I've only read the first one, but it's a series of books. And I've heard that the other books in the series even get better than the first one. So I thought the first one it took a little bit to get into. Like I was hooked right away, and then there was a little bit of a lull, and then it got good again. So okay. All right. So now, of course, we have a game to play because I love to play a little game. Um, so let's play our little game and then we will have a time for Q&A. So we're going to play yay or nay. And for those of you who are native English speakers, yay or nay, we know yay means yes, nay means no. But maybe if English is not your native language, yay just means yes, nay means no. So you could just put yes or no in the chat box too. You don't have to write yay or nay, but it's an option. So yay or nay. So first one, number one, variegated yarns, yay or nay? Yes or no? So let's see. What do you think? Do you like variegated yarns? Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of yays. I'm seeing a few nays. Yay, yay, yay. I am a yay, but it has to be the right variegated yarn. I don't love all variegated yarns, and I know some people just love them. I'm really particular about I prefer solids, but if it's a really good variegated yarn, then I'm a yay. Um, so someone asked, what is variegated? Variegated is when there's multiple colors. Let me show you. So this would I get no this is probably not a variegated. Oh, where'd it go? This is probably not a variegated. This is hand dyed. It would that Do you think that would be considered variegated? Maybe? I'm not sure. But this is oh this is oh my gosh, I can't figure out which one this one is. This one is a really gorgeous one. Yeah. Oh, this is Malabrigo. Sorry. This is Malabrigo Carnival. Yeah. Yeah. I got this one when my local yarn shop went out of business and everything was 50% off. And you knew I went in there and bought some yarn because at 50% off, this was a good deal. But okay. All right. Number two. Yay or nay? Temperature blankets. Temperature blankets. Mm. Yay or nay on temperature blankets? Okay. Oh, I'm seeing more. Well, okay. I'm seeing a lot of nays. I'm seeing a lot of nays. I'm seeing some yays. Okay. Kelsey said nay for me, but they're cool when others do. That's kind of where I'm at as well. It seems like a really overwhelming project to me, to be completely honest. I'm already behind on this thing, and it's just books. So thinking about just working through all of that, even if you did a previous year, which I've seen other people do, I love that idea, and I do think they turn out so gorgeous. Obviously, Tony from TL Yarn Crafts has done some of the most gorgeous temperature blankets, and I've seen other creators make them, and they are absolutely stunning. But I just know myself, I know my personality, and I would get all excited and I would really work on it in January. And I know by March that thing would be in the corner and I would forget I even had it. So it's going to be a nay for me. Oh, okay. Dawn tried to do a temperature scarf but lost interest. Yeah, yeah, I just know myself. I just know. I saw that, Ada, that Tony has new Tunisian crochet hooks coming. Now, I don't do Tunisian crochet, and I would really love to learn, but I am so afraid to start yet another craft. I don't need another craft in my life, but it does look like so much fun one of these days. One of these days. Okay, someone asked, what is a temperature blanket? Christine, a temperature blanket is a blanket where you assign a color of yarn for a temperature range. So let's just say 0 to 20 degrees would be the color, like an icy blue color. Then 20 to 40 degrees might be a darker blue color. And then it goes all the way through the different temperature ranges. And then you follow along. You can do it for the current year, or you could do it for a previous year, like the year you got married or a child was born or the year you were born. And then you just go through and you crochet a line or a square or any other kind. You can do a ripple. There's all different kinds of ways to do it. And there's that great website, which I think is maybe just temperatureblanket.com, something like that. And it's a great way to plan your project out. But so anyway, okay. Have I seen Crystal at Bag a Day Crochet new yarn tonal hues? The colors I have not. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to look that up. That sounds amazing. Um, okay, so let's try number 3. Yay or nay, granny squares for wearables. So granny squares on a sweater, on a cardigan, a hat, a vest. Is it a yay or a nay? Yay or nay? Yay, a lot of yays, a few nays. I know some of you guys don't like the granny squares. Oh, yeah. I think granny squares to me are one of those things that you either love them or you hate them. I am in the love granny squares. I don't think I've ever seen a granny square that I didn't love. And I think it's funny to me when I hear people who are like, "Oh, I don't like granny squares at all." I get it. I get it. I actually have a goal. I want a granny square cardigan. I wanna make one this year. There's so many to choose from, and that's my problem yet again. It's the decision fatigue. Yeah. Okay. So let's move on to number 4. Yay or nay, faux fur yarn. Faux fur yarn. Oh, yeah. Somebody said hard pass. Hard pass for me too. I I no. Yeah. Yeah. I just cannot. eh, eh, I don't love working with yarns where you can't see your stitches. That's just not fun to me. Yeah. Yeah. Faux fur is like fake fur. It looks like animal fur. And I know that Ashley from the Loopy Lamb has a whole book of patterns with animals that are made with faux fur yarn, and it is absolutely adorable. Her patterns are so cute. It's just I don't like working with that yarn, but they are really adorable. Okay, this is number 5. Yay or nay for blocking your projects? Yay or nay for blocking? I need a little bit of water. Oh, wow. This is looking oh, okay. This is looking almost even to me. Oh, okay. I'm getting some depends. I agree. It really depends on the project. I am not blocking Mrs. Humphrey, but I'm probably going to block that blanket. I'm going to see. Um, yeah, I think for some projects it's absolutely necessary. And then for some, I will say for like I have Mr. Humphrey over here. Sorry, probably a bad angle here. I did block his clothing, and the reason one of the big reasons was things were flying up and it just didn't look nice. So he got his little clothes got a little blocking, and it did make a difference. Okay. Blocking is when so Phoenix Rising asks, "What is blocking?" Blocking is when you either wet your finished item, you can wet it, just in your sink, you can spray it with water, or you can steam block it with either an iron with a steam setting on it, or with a steamer, like a handheld steamer, and it relaxes the fibers and it lays a little bit neater. It lays a little bit flatter. I knitted kind of a lacy shawl, and it was so bunched up like this that it was 100% necessary to block so that it relaxed and you could see the lace work in it, because otherwise it just looked like kind of like this. But once you block it, it can really, especially with natural fibers, that wet blocking works really well for that. Okay. Okay. This one is going to be very controversial for some of you. Yay or nay for acrylic yarn? Are we yay or nay on acrylic or not? Yay, yay, depends. Yay, yay, yay. Okay. I'm seeing mostly yays. Yeah. Yep. Yay, yay, yay. Yes. I'm a yay too. You know what I am? I like all the yarns. I literally have a drawer full of my Dollar Tree yarns that are 100% acrylic. They're really budget friendly. My Premier Basics, really budget friendly. But then I've got my hand dyed yarns. And so I like it all. I I I I like all of the yarns. I think there are so many beautiful yarns that are acrylic, that are wool, that are alpaca. I think they're all beautiful. So I want them all. Okay. Yay or nay crochet for pets? How many of you crochet for your pets? I am yay. I love to crochet for my pets. Yes. Yay. Nay. I get it. Some people, sometimes pets don't like it. But my pets, well, you know what? My cat Olive loves this little granny square blanket that I made for her with this Premier. Oh gosh, I can't remember the name of it, but it was a chenille and it made little granny squares. And she absolutely loves that blanket, lays on it every single day. Pickle, my other cat, if I try to put a blanket on him, he doesn't know what to do. He goes underneath it and then he gets on top of it. He just doesn't understand what a blanket is for. So yeah. Oh, dog ascots. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I would, yeah, oh, somebody has a Great Pyrenees. Oh my gosh, they would shred it, yeah. Um, oh my goodness. Okay, someone is asking, Rachel, I want to come back to your question about the border of your granny square blanket. Remind me. Just remind me. We'll come back to that one. Okay. All right. So our next one is yay or nay, mixing crochet and knitting in the same project. Now, I actually have done that several times with some of my little amigurumi designs because I love knitted clothing, but I like the structure of crocheted toys. Um, but I know a lot of people don't really like that. Okay, let's see here. Let me see. Oh, Cora, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate your support so much. Um, Charlie, thank you so much for coming. Have a great dinner. Oh no, someone's cat, Mercedes, your cat ate a sweater that you made him. Oh no. That would not be good. That would not be good. Okay. So, yeah, people are liking the mixing, but I think some people, I would love to know, how many of you are crochet and knitter, you crochet and you knit, or are you just a crocheter? I would imagine most people in here are you crochet, but some of you, I would imagine a lot of people do both. Okay, yeah. A lot do both, but some, yeah. Mhm. So, I see a lot of people who are who do both. Yeah, but some people just crochet. Yeah. Yeah, I like being able to do both. I will say I like crochet. You know what it is? I go through phases where I'm super into one and I don't really want to do anything with the other one. And right now I'm in a very big crochet phase. Like that's all I want to do. I just want to crochet. Um, and then I'll probably swing back and like to do some knitting projects here. But yeah, I'm in a crochet, really, really big crochet mood right now. Okay. So I probably have too many of these. I have like 20 of them. So we probably won't go through all of them. But I am curious about this. How many okay, yay or nay on yarn subscriptions? Yay or nay on yarn subscriptions? I did get one time, two of them were sent to me. Um, I think I'm just too much of a control freak and I want to pick the yarn, and so just having yarn sent to me and I don't know what it's gonna be, I don't think it's for me. Yeah. Most people are saying nay, that's really interesting. A yarn subscription, Beth, is when you, I'm trying to think who has one. Hooks and Needles has one, and there's other ones where you pay a monthly subscription and they send you a box in the mail with the yarns that they have for that month. So you don't get to pick them. They just send you what that yarn is for the month. But I just like to choose my yarns, you know. Um yeah, I'm more of a control freak. I don't want somebody to tell me yeah. But I think they are actually kind of expensive, I think. I think they're a little bit expensive, and you don't really get a ton of yarn in them because, if you wanna make a big project, there's not enough yarn in them. So, yeah, I have too much yarn to subscribe for Morris too. I really don't need any more yarn. Yeah. Oh, I do love Twice Sheared Sheep. I didn't realize they had a surprise box. Oh, man, I wish I had known that. I have a video coming up really soon. I wish I had known about their box. They are so I love them. Love them, love them. Okay. Oh, Darn Good Yarn. Oh my gosh, they have gorgeous yarns. Yes. Um, okay. Okay, this will be our last one. This will be the last one, and then we'll move on to our next part of the agenda. Okay, yay or nay, following crochet patterns exactly. Do you follow your crochet patterns exactly, or do you fudge a little, or are you the creative one who's like, I gotta change this, I'm gonna do this? Okay. I see a lot of yays. I actually am surprised by that. I thought it would be more equal. But I'm saying I am seeing a lot of yays. I will say this, if I am crocheting a pattern, I follow it. If it's somebody else's pattern, I'm following it exactly. I don't change anything. I do it exactly. So, but I know that there are a lot I'm a rules girl too. It's like it's the rule. How you can't change anything. It's the rule. It's written in paper. It's written in ink. You have to do exactly what it says. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I follow them, but I know a lot of people are super creative and they like to change it up and they do all their different, or what's really crazy to me is the people who can do free form crochet. I wouldn't I'm a Virgo, and I don't know if that's really a part of it, but I wouldn't know what to do. I'd be like, "What how do how do I start? What am I doing here?" I just could I could never do freeform crochet. I admire people who have that type of brain who can really just go crazy and do all these really neat things, but I am just that's not that is not me. That is not me. Okay. All right. All right. So I wanted to talk about this is the way my brain thinks, but I would love to talk about the 5 things that I've learned from crochet that have helped me in other areas of my life. This is the thing that I actually think is the most amazing part of crochet. Sometimes I feel like a crochet evangelist because I really think it's one of the most amazing things you can do, and, I feel like I've learned so much about myself and how to be in the world from what I've learned from crochet. So and I think one of the reasons why I can do this is because I really didn't come to crochet until I was older. I was in my 40s by the time I started to crochet. I had learned the very, very basics when I was a kid, never picked it back up until I was, like, 44 years old, so, um, I can see how it has helped me from that point forward. But I recently just got back from Chicago, Illinois, where I went to the H&H Americas, which is the largest craft industry trade show in North America. And I did a little recap video, and it surprisingly has done quite well. So you might have seen it. But while I was there, I got to talk to a lot of different people. I got to talk to the CEO of Lion Brand, the CEO of Premier Yarns, lots of different crochet designers and authors, and I was able to ask them what they thought the future of crochet was, and I got so many interesting responses back that I really started to think about crochet kind of in a different way. And there were conversations that, I didn't even film, and just some really interesting panels that I got to go to. And it really did start making me think about how has crochet helped me? So I'm going to give you my five, and then I would love to know from you guys, how do you think crochet has helped you? So my first one is that I learned that if you don't quit and you keep pushing yourself, you will improve. And I have talked about this before, but I was a serial crafting quitter. I would take a crafting class and I would get really interested in it. And the minute that it wasn't easy and it got hard, I quit. I never pushed past the point of, listen, it's going to get hard. If you want to get better at something, it's going to get hard. But I had this mentality that you're either good at something or you're bad at something. And crochet taught me that that's not always the case, that if you push through those times when it gets hard, that you can improve and you can get better. And I've started doing that in other areas of my life because I learned that, oh, wait, I could do this with crochet. I can do this in other places. So that honestly has been very transforming to me. Um, yes. Yeah. A lot of you are saying a lot of the same things, you know. Number two is crochet is a fantastic way to calm your nerves and de-stress. And I had that exact situation. I got a call back. I had my mammogram. This is TMI. No, it's not TMI. We should be able to talk about these things. I had my regularly scheduled mammogram and I got a call back. And I had to have a diagnostic mammogram. And I tried not to freak out, but I was okay until I got to the appointment and I was sitting in there and I'm waiting for them to bring me back into the room. And thank goodness this is where I was working on Mrs. Humphrey's little sweater. I was so anxious and I just, worst case scenario kept going through my mind. And I was thinking about all the women in the world who were going to get a terrible diagnosis that day. But as I was crocheting, I just was feeling so much better. Just it helped me so much. And I kept thinking, I don't know what I would do if I didn't have my crochet in my hands right now. I don't know what I would have done. Thank you, Smith Sarah Studio. Thank you so much. I got into crochet this last 6 months or so and love it, but I'm finding the other crocheters in my area are pretty judgmental or snobby. Do you find that in your area or no? Oh, that's terrible. I don't, but that's because I don't know very many crocheters in my area. I really don't know many. Um, yeah, so I don't find them to be snobby at all because I just don't know a lot of them, and some of that may be that I just don't get out a lot. There are, local yarn shops that have stitch nights and things like that, but I'm such a homebody, and so I just don't go to things like that. I probably should, but yeah, so I haven't found that, but that's just because I don't know a lot of them. So, I think maybe if I got out, I would have a different experience. Um, oh no, is the sound going out? Oh no. Oh no. You're cutting out some. Okay, hopefully it gets better. Are we okay right now? I don't want to have more technical difficulties. Oh no. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay. 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 Hopefully we'll be able to get through this. Okay. Number 3 is that crochet is way more creative than I thought. I used to only think of crochet in one way. I used to think of it as just my grandmother was a crocheter and she just made big afghans, and they were they were beautiful. She was a very skilled crocheter, but they were the projects of that time. This was like the early 80s, and oh gosh. Oh no. I'm breaking up a lot. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Um, oh no. I, if this doesn't work, I don't know what to do. My husband went to go get our son from his job. But anyway, I will just go until we can't hear each other anymore. Well, I can't hear you, but I know I can see that I'm breaking up. I'm sorry. Okay, some people are saying it's cutting out for them, some people aren't. So, okay. Okay. So anyway, I used to think crochet was very limited, and then once I started to crochet, and especially after going to H&H Americas the last 2 years, it is unbelievable what people are doing with crochet. It's really exciting, and I it's such a creative, it's just a beautiful craft. Number 4 is crochet doesn't have to be expensive. For many years, I wanted to craft. I didn't exactly know what I wanted to do, but I wanted to buy pretty yarn. I wanted to do those things, but I thought that it would be too expensive and it would not be something that I could afford to do. And I'm so glad that I discovered that crochet can be as expensive or as inexpensive as you make it. Yes, of course. If you have breaking up, okay. Um, okay. Okay. Some people are saying it's okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm just gonna keep going because it seems like it's okay for some people. So I have discovered that it can be as expensive as you want it to be. Obviously, there is a cost to it, but I think there are a lot of creative people out there who have found different ways to make crochet work for them, even on limited budgets. And I think that's the beautiful thing about crochet is that it really can be for a lot of different budgets. I'm a very budget conscious person, and I just like knowing that we can do this at whether you've got the budget for it or whether you're pinching every penny, that this is a craft that we can do. That's what I love about it. And that I really do crochet has helped me to be more creative in every aspect of my life. And I'm not sure if you found that as well. And I think because I came to it later in life, I have seen that I wasn't as creative before, and it's like when I started crocheting, all of this creative energy started to bubble up, and I was just so excited. Um, so I would love to know if you guys think it is. Yes. Please don't forget Rachel Griffin needs an answer. Yes. Okay. So we are moving on to our Q&A time, and I want to answer about the crochet border. And there are a couple of different things that I would say, and maybe you guys can put in the chat as well to help with the border for the, I think it was a granny square blanket. Am I correct? I hope it was I think it was a granny square blanket. I would go onto YouTube and I would look up crochet blanket borders because there are so many different videos. I know that there are some from Hooked by Robin. I know that there are some from Play Hooky with Me. I'm sure that Bag a Day Crochet has some. Mikey from the Crochet Crowd probably has some. There are so many different tutorials, and I would definitely look that up. Bella Coco is another one who has amazing tutorials. Um, so yes, okay. So Rachel is a newbie. So that's really what I would recommend. You could also just do a double crochet around the entire blanket and making sure in the corners to do like 2 or 3 double crochets, and you may just have to play around, and if your work starts to ripple, that means you've done too many stitches, and if it starts to pull in, that means you don't have enough stitches, so you want to make sure that you're spacing your double crochets across, and sometimes it's just a matter of taking that time, experimenting. Don't be afraid to experiment. The worst thing that can happen is you just have to rip it out. You just have to frog it and start over. I do it all the time. So, yeah, I love doing a bobble stitch. Let me see which one. I have one that I absolutely love. Um, nope, this is one that I did that might be a great option, especially when you're new. All this is, these are just, I have, well, it's backwards. This one is just a single crochet border to start with. Then this is a double crochet, and this is a half double crochet. And it just used different colors. And I think it turned out really pretty. Yeah. And that's what I would do. I would just work on these things. You're so welcome. Thank you, Janie. Yeah, fringe is another option. There are so many different, there's a book called Crochet Borders, which if you're a newbie, I would probably stick to the tutorials. Um, yeah, there's so many different options. Yep, that I have the Crochet Borders by Edie Ekman. Cheryl, I have that one. That's a great one. That's the book, but there are so many different ways to do it. So many great crochet tutorials here on YouTube. Okay. So, okay, so somebody asked Casanovixen. Okay. Elise, what did the yarn CEO have to say about Joanne's closing and the tariffs that will be affecting their community? So, Lion Brand was the CEO that was on that panel at H&H, and there was a local yarn shop owner. There was a yarn manufacturer from Denmark, I believe, and then there was another woman who was a fabric designer, and so they were all talking about this. Um, they didn't say a whole lot about Joanne closing, but they did say that it was a seismic event that was going to change a lot of the landscape of how we buy our yarn. They didn't really expand on what that was going to be. Um, I think the Lion Brand, I got the impression that the Lion Brand CEO wanted to speak more about it, but um, I think he wanted to be careful about what he wanted to say. I don't really know what he was going to say. Um, but they all agreed that it was going to change things up and it was going to give opportunities to a lot of different places because there is a void now. In a lot of communities, that was the only craft store. Um, so I, that's kind of what they said about that. And then the whole thing about the tariffs, and this was probably one of the most interesting parts for me, was they were they really said that all of them said this because one of them was European and the other three were American. They all said basically we have no idea what's going to happen. And that is creating a little bit of anxiety and a little bit of frustration on their part because they don't know what's going to happen. And, so that was all they said about those, both of those events. I heard little rumblings, people talking about Joanne. And the one thing that I did hear, I was in a panel with different crochet designers and yarn shop owners, and many of the yarn shop owners, especially I would say the younger ones, there are some younger yarn shop owners and they're crocheters primarily, and they were saying that they wanted to bring in many of those yarns that people loved that from Joanne. That they wanted to start selling some of those so that they could draw those customers in and hopefully that they would find other yarns that they would like as well. So I thought that was really that was really interesting. Okay, Elaine said there's some discussion online that Hobie may be sold to an equity firm. It'll be interesting to see if it goes the same way as Joanne. Oh, I hope not. Oh, that would be that's really what I heard was the biggest issue with Joanne is that it was bought by a private equity firm that dumped a lot of debt into the company, and that's what I heard was not from H&H. I listened to a whole podcast about it, so, yeah. Can you recommend me a good yarn for crocheting plushies? Okay, so Candy Pop. Let me ask you this. Are you talking about chenille yarns that are like fluffy chenille yarns, or are you just talking about crochet toys in general? So, if you are talking about plushy toys that are with the chenille yarn, I really like the one from Premier. It's the Premier Parfait Chunky. I think that's what it's called. I tested a few of them. Um, there's another one called Himalaya Dolphin Baby. That one was actually a really nice one as well. But I like the Premier one the best, and it seems to be a very, very popular one. I've also heard people like Bernat Blanket for plushies. Um, okay, let me make sure. Bum. Okay. Okay, so Mocha Crochets and Crafts, I'm working on opening a yarn fiber shop and would love to carry Big Twist and K&C yarns. Yeah, I think that something like Big Twist is going to draw people in because that is one of the biggest losses. Um, okay, someone asked, Ange, how do you block acrylic? Mine just won't lay flat garter stitch. I would try steam blocking it and see if that helps. Um, that would be my suggestion. Um, Phoenix Rising, I'm frustrated with the scrubby yarn I bought. Do you have any tips or tricks? I have a video where I tested that yarn, and a lot of people didn't like what I had to say about it. I did not enjoy working with that yarn at all. I did get a lot of nice suggestions that it's easier to knit with than it is to crochet with. And other people also said that adding a strand of cotton with the scrubby yarn actually made it a lot better. So Um, that might be something Cheryl said. I want to hear how you like the hooks, Elise. I I'm assuming you're talking about I got some hooks after I went to H&H. I ordered from Stellar Handicraft. They're called the Little Black Dress. They're a completely different kind of a crochet hook. They reminded me of a Furl's Odyssey, but they're shaped different. They call it a Little Black Dress because it's like a hourglass shape. They were absolutely gorgeous. They're solid aviation grade aluminum. They're a weighted hook. They were expensive, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna try them, but I haven't gotten them yet. So Lily Marie, any advice for making a quilt style blanket? Oh my goodness. I keep talking about H&H, but it was so it was actually a really incredible experience for me. And so half of the show was fiber, meaning yarn, and the other half was fabric. There were over 500 vendors at this place, and many of them were quilting companies. And I could not stay out of the quilting section because I just kept looking at them. And so I'll be honest, I'm playing around with that right now because I was so excited about the quilts because they were so gorgeous. So when I figure this out, I'm going to share. Yes. Um, I just touched a button. Ah, I get scared to touch it because I just touched a button. I don't think, mhm, okay, okay. Carsonik said, "My mom is crocheting and watching, and I'm eating fish fillets." Yay. Oh my goodness. Someone asked to be changed. How do I make gloves without holes? I actually have never crocheted gloves before, so maybe somebody could give some tips. I've knit them. Um, okay, someone said, Roxana said to Rachel about the borders that Creative Grandma may have some. So I have not gotten the hooks from Stellar Handicraft yet. I'm still waiting. They have been shipped, but I haven't gotten them yet, so I cannot wait. That's a good question, Stephanie. Are they inline or tapered? I don't remember. I didn't even look. I typically like a tapered crochet hook. I think they were, but I could be wrong. Um, yes, I heard that Hirschner's is going to sell Big Twist. I saw that, but I haven't heard when. I don't know when yet. Okay. Okay, Michelle asked, would love to get thoughts on using acrylic for a throw just because I need to keep costs reasonable. Thoughts? Absolutely. That's almost all I use if I'm going to crochet a blanket because I want to be able to throw a blanket in the washing machine. I want to throw it in the dryer. I don't want it to cost a lot. One of my favorite yarns for blankets is Stylecraft Special DK. It's a pretty affordable yarn. It's not made here in the US. You have to buy it online, but I've never had any problems purchasing it online. And I just ordered some recently. It comes in like 100 different colors. You can buy it from Wool Warehouse. You can buy it from Lovecrafts. Um, I'm sure there's other places you can buy it from, and it's pretty reasonable. And it comes in nice size skeins, and there's just so many colors. But yes, I absolutely would use that. Okay, someone asked RMZ41 Woople's kit, is it good to teach a beginner? Absolutely. My husband, now he didn't keep with crochet, but he learned the basics from a Woople's kit. I actually have a video of it. Do, 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 do. Um, Oh, okay. So Max Yarn said, I love your videos and I'm also an NC girly. I've been trying to design my own plushie patterns like you do. And geez, it's been really humbling. I admire your work so much. My designs are so goofy right now. Um, oh my gosh. I feel like designing anything with crochet is one of the most humbling experiences ever. And just so you know, my very first designs yeah, they were not good. They were pretty crazy looking. I'm trying to see if I can find some in here that, they weren't great. And, it's just one of those things where you just have to keep making. You just have to keep doing it. And even now, I look at some of my toys and I think, "Gosh, I just wish I could get better at it." And it's just a skill. It's a skill. You will get better as you do it. Um Do, 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 do. Yes. Okay. Jing said, did you see Pika Pow? I hope I'm saying that right. Ging or Jing? Not sure. Did you see Pika Pow release yarn line with Hobie? I already bought it. So I can't wait to get it in the mail. I had to try it. I had to try it. Yeah, I cannot wait, Cheryl, for the little black dress crochet hooks to come. I am so excited. I bought 3 different sizes, and what I liked about them was that they come in really small sizes. So I think the smallest size was like a 2.25 millimeter or a 2.5 millimeter, and even the crochet sorry, and even the Furls Odysseys didn't go that low. So, I am really excited about that. Hello from Japan, that's awesome. Um Yeah, Casanovixen lost, yeah, no local yarn store, so Joann closing was a big thing, and I think that's what a lot of people have experienced. I love ordering yarn online, because I will say the closest Joann for me was 45 minutes away, it wasn't super close. I do have a Michaels and a Hobby Lobby, but I feel like they're limited, especially when you can go online and purchase yarns and everything is available. I feel comfortable purchasing them online. I know for some people They don't like to do that because you wanna be able to feel the yarns, but that's why I like looking at yarn reviews. Reddit has great yarn reviews, Ravelry. I even read the yarn reviews at the individual companies, so I think that's, yeah. Oh, yes, I'm going to be testing the Pika Pal yarn because I absolutely love her, and I have 0 doubts it's gonna be amazing. Um Brick by brick, my opinion, Woobles are too expensive for what you get. Better to watch free YouTube videos than buy yarn and a hook on your own. You definitely can. There's no reason why you can't learn. I think what is fun about Woobles, if you want something kind of cute and fun and novel, I think the Woobles are great. The thing that makes the Woobles a great option for somebody who wants to learn how to do amigurumi is that the magic ring is already done for you. Because I know for a lot of people, when you're starting to make amigurumi, like, that magic ring can be really tricky, and I would think that the Woobles are particularly geared towards people who have no crochet experience at all, and the videos are well done, so, okay, yep. Yeah, the Woobles are not cheap. They are not cheap. Oh, yeah. Someone, Miss Sassy said, "Did your husband put the new hooks on that machine of his?" He's going to. Oh, I am definitely going to have him do that because, what's the most common hook size for amigurumi, and do you think it's worth paying 3 to 4 times for the Furls Odyssey hook from resellers? Okay. I don't think there is a common crochet hook size. I really think it's you can use whatever crochet hook size you want for amigurumi. It really doesn't matter that much. You just want to match the crochet hook to the yarn. I think it really depends. I I use Currently, I'm using 2 different crochet hooks for amigurumi. I'm using the Clover Amour, and I'm using the Addy Comfort Grip. Those are the 2 crochet hooks that I really like for amigurumi. I think the Furls Odyssey or the Furls Odysseys are great. They're a wonderful hook. They got taken off the market because they had some issues of the heads breaking off. So if you have Clover Amours, those are fantastic, but if you just wanna try a new crochet hook, the Addy Comfort Grip is a really nice crochet hook for amigurumi. It's kinda has a little bit more of a pointed head, and I like that for getting in those little small single crochets, so, um, that's, Mhm. Shauna, Marla, my lifetime aspiration is to make quilts. Oh my gosh, I love the quilts. I love the quilts so much. And I talked about it in the video, but I found this lady. Some of you may already know who she is. Someone actually commented on the video and went, "You don't know who this lady is?" And I'm like, I didn't know, but her name is Lori Holt. She's a quilt designer, but she also does crochet, and her stuff is just it is my kinda style, I love it, it's super cutesy, it's kinda has, like, a little country looking theme to it, it's just like, she had the most beautiful things, she you just look her up on Instagram, just look up Lori Holt, I can't remember what her handle was, but if you look up Lori Holt and quilts, she will come up, she is just so she's amazing. Ada said the tulip, the Edamo hooks are her favorite, those are fantastic hooks as well. Um Ooh, Mocha Crochets and Crafts. Quilting is my second passion. I fuse quilting and crochet together a lot. That would be so amazing. Wow. Oh, Crochet by Serena. Nikki got so excited when I told her I saw her on your video. She's so sweet. Yay. How do you block a granny square blanket? So, what I am doing, like, for example, where did I put it? I am the most forgetful, I lose things all the time. Where did I put it? I had my book blanket squares right here. Oh, they're right in front of me. Okay, so what I'm doing for this, before I put them together is I put these on a blocking board. So that is the thing that I think works really well is to put them on a blocking board, individual squares. I know that can be a little bit of a pain, but if you I have one that's specifically for granny squares and they have these really long metal they're not spikes, but they're little metal pieces so that you can stack a lot of them so that you could spray block them or you could even steam block them on there. So that's what I do. Um, yeah, some people don't like the furls crochet hooks. I really think it's one of those things that, it'd be nice if you could test drive crochet hooks. Um, okay, so Jenny asks, I have tons of skeins of yarn. What is the best yarn winder to put these in center pull skeins instead of the store-bought skeins? So I have a ball winder. Um, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, it's yarn, a yarn swift and a ball winder. Yeah. And so it makes them into little cakes. Let me see. I'm sure I have some right here. Let me look. Of course, of course, right now I can't find any. I can't find one. Oh my goodness. It has to be somewhere. Okay, well, I cannot find one yarn cake that I have wound. Um, oh wait, here's some. Okay. So it winds them into little cakes like this that you can easily pull out the center pull. A lot of different yarn binders will do that. Um, mine, I have it listed on, I have an Amazon page where I have a lot of the things that I love on there, and I can't remember what it's called. Uh, I don't remember, but there's a lot of good ones. Yeah, I think there's a lot of good ones out there, but I would definitely do that. I would look for that. Bye, Elaine. Thank you. I know some of you have to go because we had to go long because, piano practice said, I'm working on an acrylic Afghan made all in one piece and have read conflicting info. Does it need to be blocked or not? I think that you can block it if you want to block it. But if you're looking at it and you're like, it looks great, I wouldn't block it. Oh, that's great, Pam. That MJ off the hook has great gloves. I would definitely look to her for something like that. Du-du-du-du-dum. Oh. Someone asked again, have I tried the Peekapau yarn from Hobie? I just ordered it and cannot wait. Um, oh, good. Thank you guys so much for helping each other in the comment section. Um, Okay, Nicole asked, Elise, how do you master the red heart flower power granny square? I found that one to be easier than their regular granny square one. Um, the flower power one seemed to work out a lot better. The I had a hard time with the regular granny square one, but I just found that I had to adjust each row and I learned, okay, you got to get looser with this one, a little bit tighter with this one. I just I don't love those because I feel like it's just easier to do it with different colors, but it's kind of fun, but those are not my favorite. That's not my favorite kind of yarn. Can you work in the round without a magic ring? Emily asks. Absolutely. You can do just where you chain two and then work your stitches into the first chain, and that way, the first chain that you made. So if you chain two, and then you have the first chain on your hook, the second chain is the first chain that you made. I hope that's not super confusing. You can work into that first chain that you made, and that will work pretty much like a magic ring. So you could even look that up. You can Google that, and there'll be even videos. If my explanation, I don't verbally explain things very well. So, um, yay. Okay, Consuelo said, I'm flying soon and I have metal and plastic hooks. Any suggestion about how to fly with crochet projects? I have not found it to be an issue with my crochet hooks. The one thing that I will say is don't bring scissors. I have heard I have one of those little it's like a little cutter that you it's like a little ring and then it cuts. So it's not like scissors that have the sharp points. You can also use nail clippers. I think the crochet hooks will probably be okay, but I don't know. It just really depends on where you're flying. Um, it depends on if you're flying internationally, if you're flying just within the US, and it just really depends. But I would definitely not bring scissors. Um, so could you do a tutorial on how to read a pattern? Lynn asked. I actually have a video for that. It's years and years old, so the quality of it is probably not that great to be totally honest. But Tony from TL Yarn Crafts actually did a very recent video on how to read crochet patterns, and I would trust her. I would watch that one for sure. Um, Elise Kendall asked Elise, have you ever used Cascade Superwash Merino? Yes, it's a fantastic yarn. Um, oh, Ophelia talks. Yes, she's amazing. She does, okay, she uses the style craft. I found that a lot of the English designers, Lucy from Attic 24, uses a lot of the style craft special DK. They're based out of England. Um, is the knit bunny pattern available anywhere? I've seen it on many of your videos and would love to make it. I'm assuming you're meaning this one. I'm thinking this might be the knitted bunny pattern. Um, this was a pattern by a lady who she is a Russian knitted toy pattern designer, and all of those shops got closed down on Etsy. So I'm not sure if she's selling anymore. Um, I can't remember what the name of her handle is, but I actually there's a video that I did about like spring crochet and knitting projects where I have it in there and I have a link to her because it's escaping me right now, but a lot of those shops got closed and I don't know that a lot of them came back, so I don't know. Um yes, Heather Walter said she's making her first blanket from Tony. They are amazing. Um Francis from Goldsboro. Are you talking about Goldsboro, North Carolina? Um, oh, Stephanie asked, "Will you ever complete Alien Bear?" I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if I'm ever gonna complete Alien Bear. Let me see if I can find him. Oh, here he is. He's so sad. This is the saddest crochet project you've ever seen. Poor baby. He doesn't have any arms. I just feel so bad for him. I know, baby. I know. I should just make him some arms, shouldn't I know. See, when I'm talking about amigurumi design, you improve, you get better over time. I learned a lot from this one though. I learned so much. I ended up understanding proportion a lot better when I made this one. Oh. Do I use Red Heart yarn? Storm asks, how do you soften that yarn? I don't like you using Red Heart because it's stiff and scratchy. I don't use Red Heart. Um, I also have found that it's a little bit scratchy for me, but I have heard a lot of people wash it with vinegar, and that really softens it, or they just put it in the washing machine and it starts to get better. But the alternative to that yarn that I really love and think is very soft is Premier Basics worsted. It comes in so many pretty colors. It is a very budget friendly yarn. It comes in big 7-ounce skeins, and that's what I use instead of Red Heart Super Saver. Okay, so Kashia, sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Oh my gosh, I think I messed up the entire chat. Oh no. Said that her starting chain is always shorter than the rest of her work. Let me see if I can get back to this. Um, Let me see if I can find it. Um, and I will say this, what I do now is that I use a crochet hook size larger for the chain because I make tight chains. And so I just use a bigger crochet hook, like usually about a half a size bigger. So if the project calls for a 4 millimeter crochet hook, I'm going to do a 4.5 for the chain. And then I can work the rest of the project with the 4 millimeter. But it really does help me because it's too tight. Um, Oh, no. Heather just said Jimmy Beans was just acquired by private equity. Oof. Oh boy, I hope that's I gave a little update about Mrs. Humphrey in the beginning, but we were having so many problems, but she's going well. I need to drink a little bit of water. Um, someone asked you, I think I will try some yarn from the Philippines. I'm sorry. Like Indophil, lanolin, and polyester. I don't know. I've never seen it here before. Um, Lots of great tips about how to use Red Heart. Okay, Mariana asks, Elise, can you please talk about manual I-cord makers, the difference between 3 hook and 4 hook tools? I have never tried them before, but like I said, Tony from TL Yarn Crafts just did a video about it. I think that could be super interesting. Um, do, 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 do. Oh, someone from Joe from north of Boone. Wonderful. I hope everything is okay up there. I haven't been up to the mountains yet. Um, yeah. Yeah. Is Premier Yarn is available in the UK. I'm not sure if the shipping costs would be worth it. I'm not sure. Oh, brick by brick. Would you consider to design an amigurumi doll for children with disabilities, such as a doll with prosthetic arms or legs, or blind or deaf? It would be fantastic, and I'd be happy to help with idea. I'm not sure if you know, I do have a son who has a disability, so I love that idea, but there's already an amazing book out there. Oh, where is it? It's called I think it's called Crochet You? Crochet I can't remember, but the whole book is for children with disabilities, and they do have prosthetic arms and legs and hearing aids and a wheelchair and um little I've heard them called sticks, walkers, different things. It's an amazing, beautiful book, and you can customize it for the child so that you can make them with any color hair, different disabilities, and it's such a sweet book. Such a sweet book. Um, I do not, Adam, I do not have my 6-day star blanket because I gave it away to my daughter. Um, but Beth, who is the designer of the 6-day star blanket, is one of my closest friends, and I love Beth so much. She is an amazing, such a talented lady, and she's hysterical. Um, okay, yeah, yes, Premier Basic is really. Could you share what the Addy hook you use looks like? I don't have it down here in my craft room. It's upstairs. But if you look up Addy Comfort Grip, and so it has like the handle like has these little ridges across it. Sorry. And then it has like a longer head. Sorry. I hope me slurping down that water is not so loud. I'm so sorry. But it's called the Addy Comfort Grip. You can buy them on Amazon. You can buy them on different places. But I really, really like those hooks. Do I ever use Jenny asked, "Do I ever use fabric glue for your ends in your work?" I don't use fabric glue for that, but I do use fabric glue for other things, especially for amigurumi hair. Amigurumi hair can be such a pain in the rear, and it can fly up or you can't get it perfect, and using a little bit of fabric glue to just tack it down. I usually sew, especially the little top part on, but if it has strands, I really like using fabric glue. I use fabric glue when I put little buttons on. Um, a lot of my toys are not made for small children, and I'm not worried about those choking hazards. But I love some fabric glue. Ta says I'm thinking of starting my own crochet business. Any tips? Just gotta go for it. You just have to go for it because you never know what's gonna work. What I started out by selling finished items, and I quickly realized I ended up with raging tendonitis in my elbow because I was crocheting so many hours a day, and I finally realized this is not gonna work for me, and I burnt myself out on it, and I was just not happy doing all of that crocheting for other people, and that's when I started my blog, and that's when I started the YouTube channel, and I kind of think it's one of those things where you just have to adapt, go with what's working, and it's like throwing spaghetti at the wall, see what sticks. Because I know so many different crochet business owners and they make money in lots of different ways. And so you can do it a lot of different ways. And that's the great thing about it. There's not one way to do it. Have I tried Premier's Little Bunny yarn? I have not, but I saw it at H&H and it looked so adorable. Um, Rose Yarn Crafts. Hi, I'm 11 years old. Hi, Rose. Um, oh man, brick by brick. I cannot remember the book. I am trying to look and see if I can see it on my shelves. Mm. You know what? Let me go grab it really quick because I can see it. I'll be right back. Hold on. I think I can still talk. Let me see if I can find it. Of course, I can't find it right now. Oh, wait, is this it? No. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, I have. Okay. I can't find it. Uh, if you look up crochet dolls with disabilities, it's going to come up because I think it's the only one. I think it's called Crochet You. I'm not, uh, I don't know. I wish I could find it. You know how that just drives you nuts when I know it's down here. I know it is. And as soon as I get off the live, it's gonna be there, right? Oh, well, thank you guys so much. I really, really, really appreciate all of you. I thank you so much for bearing with me, especially in the beginning when we had so many technical difficulties. I don't know what the problem is with my computer, but I can connect on my phone, but not on the computer. But um, I thank you guys so much. You all mean the world to me. You probably don't even realize just how much you mean to me and how wonderful. There's so many positive people, and you just make me want to get up and make videos and read my comments and keep crocheting. I love that people are so supportive of one another, and I feel like this is really a very positive community, and I just thank you from the bottom of my heart. So, I hope you all have a wonderful evening. It's Friday night. We had a little crochet date night, and hopefully we can do this again soon. And I'm going to work on this technical stuff in the background and see if I can fix it. But I hope you all have a great rest of your week. Hope you have a great weekend. Stay safe and happy stitching. Bye. Now let's see if I can figure out how to turn this off. Oh my goodness. Now I don't even know how to end the live stream. Okay, maybe I just press the X button. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Bye.